deem this reply a full acceptance of the Potsdam Declaration, which specifies the unconditional surrender of Japan.
And peace came to the world. It came to the capital of this victorious nation. And it came to Berlin, capital of a defeated nation. Peace came to the greatest city of the New World, and it came to London, greatest city of the Old World. It came to the crowded city of the Golden Gate, and also to the deserted city of Hiroshima, Japan. The war was over for Exeter, New Hampshire, and it was over for San Pietro, Italy, too.
Deep in our hearts there is a prayer dedicated to the men and women whose sacrifices made possible the victory. Because of their unprecedented records on the fighting and production fronts, our cities, our factories, and our farms are today undamaged and protected. We can now concentrate our thoughts and our energies on the building of a prosperous and secure peacetime America, but only by solving immediately the problems which the end of the war has produced can we guarantee sound national economy. This task calls for patience, cooperation, and the understanding of every one of us.
And peace came to our overseas bases, to Guam and Guadalcanal, to Kwajalein, Iwo Jima, Okinawa, and all the others. Some are being demilitarized already. Others will remain as permanent outposts of American defense, a continuing cost to the public, but a necessity to our military security. A mighty permanent Navy and a powerful standing Army will be another costly part of this military security. Americans know, too, that forces of occupation in the defeated countries are vital to the peace which was bought at so high a price by our men and our dollars. The feeding, housing, and clothing of these men will be an expensive responsibility for years to come. But the more immediate problem is to return millions of servicemen and women to their homes. The most extensive troop movements ever to be undertaken by any nation have been underway since VE Day and will continue well into 1946. This means American resourcefulness, transportation, and dollars. For it costs about $200 to bring a man back from Okinawa. About $100 will bring him back from Europe. It is estimated that the total cost of bringing our forces back to these shores will be about $1,400,000,000. Transporting the returned veteran to military centers all over the country is a massive operation involving additional millions of dollars to be paid by the government. In Army, Navy, Marine, and Coast Guard separation centers, an accelerated program daily is returning thousands of veterans to civilian life. Physical examinations are thorough, and those who have incurred disabilities in the service are entitled to veterans' disability pensions. But every man and woman honorably discharged from the service is entitled to mustering out pay. More than $3 billion ultimately will have to be paid for this obligation. However, our obligations do not end with the mustering out pay. Many other benefits and rights have been enacted by law to protect the veteran and civilian life. All over the nation, a network of government offices has been geared to give assistance with employment problems. By provision of the GI Bill of Rights, a veteran who plans to buy a farm or go into business can borrow up to $2,000, which will be guaranteed by the government. The educational benefits which thousands of former GIs will receive, up to $500 for tuition and $75 per month for subsistence, involve the expenditure of millions of dollars more. But America's gravest obligation is to the 500,000 sick and wounded servicemen in our hospitals. The prime objective is to return these men to civilian life, but there are many who will have to be hospitalized indefinitely. All of them deserve our gratitude forever and the best care our dollars can buy.
Those are some of the immediate problems that confront us. They are complicated ones, and they'll take time and money to solve. The end of the war does not mean the end of our responsibilities toward the national economy. There are new problems which will have to be met realistically by our government and through the voluntary efforts of all the people. We've been able to do the job during the war. We can do the same magnificent job in making the peace secure. As citizens of a free country and as partners in government, Americans have always responded when help was needed.
When the nation called, you gave your sons. You worked long and hard to make the materials of war. You gave your time generously whenever it was needed. And your blood saved lives all over the world. Your salvage increased critical stockpiles. And you have wisely loaned money to your government, $130 billion in war bonds. With your support, each one of the 7 war loan drives reached far beyond its goal. The first drive asked for $9 billion. $13 billion was the goal of the second. Each successive war loan drive went billions of dollars over the top. Then, in the 7th drive, when $14 billion was asked, you outdid all previous purchases by nearly doubling that figure.
$85 million Americans have, through war bonds, purchased partnership in their government. That is a proud record, and by holding on to their bonds, they continue to share in their government. The Victory Loan is our final great effort. It is our first peacetime salute to those who made peace a fact. America sent its loved ones to war. America sent its goods to war. America sent its dollars to war. America's loved ones and America's goods have reached their objective. The wartime job of our dollars is not done. Let's finish that job with the Victory Loan.
The cities of America are the symbol of a strong nation, a nation that is determined to shoulder resolutely and energetically the obligations that the peace has brought. We have responsibilities not only to ourselves, but to our children. For they look to us to build a great America in which they can live secure and free forever.